So next topic I want to address is what figures surprise you, good or bad, most in hand? More often than not, I'm willing to bet that you get a figure in hand and you're like, you know what, this is better than it looked in the in the photos, in the blogger photos. I would say like 90% of the time. So what I want to ask is, this can be a good or bad example. You don't have to have one or either, but I just kind of want to ask you guys, like, what figure did you get in hand? You were like, this is actually a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Sometimes that happens. One, actually, I'll give. Mine's negative, unfortunately. And the one I just showed. Some people like it. I didn't like the Moff Gideon that much. Like when I got the Moff Gideon in hand, I kind of was like, you know what? I thought this would be a little bit better than it turned out to be. Because I love Giancarlo, bro. I love Giancarlo, and I just really love his character, and I wanted a Moff Gideon, but when I got it, I was like, I just don't feel like it's there, So I was a little bit surprised. But there have been some others, like I've gotten some third-party stuff, non-Star Wars stuff, and I've just gotten in and be like, man, this actually surprised me with how that Scorpion. I keep raving about that Scorpion. I thought that was going to be pretty good. It amazed me in hand. So I think that tends to happen. But Leo, I want to start with you on this one. What figure did you get in hand and you were just like, man, this kind of blew me away or let me
this
down?
quarter, or
Just in general, any figure you got, yeah.
Which blew me away. That was okay. I want to actually say
it's tough, man, because I know a lot of stuff's better in hand. Yeah.
Okay, I'm looking around my shelf.
Okay,
Spider-Man,
I'll give a few. I'll give a few. Okay. I'll mix some of the old with some of the new. Okay.
Okay.
First off, I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Okay, yeah, Rise of Skywalker was a bag of shit, but that Rey figure in hand is incredible.
Okay, right.
When you get that Rey figure in hand, it looks good. I love the white. I love everything about that figure. It was decent. So I mean, even Kylo Ren, that figure was dope as well too. So I'm mixing some of the old with the actual new.
Dude, those are great choices.
Okay, so here's the thing. Also, surprisingly enough, because I wasn't originally on board. I mean, if you remember, I wasn't going to get this figure in the very beginning because, I'd already had one. I had Sideshow's version. I didn't really care about it, but that Snowspeeder Luke in hand is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like it is phenomenal. Like that, basically that figure in hand right now, boy, is phenomenal with all the accessories, the swap outs, everything. It looks like I am looking at Mark Hamill in the flesh, bro. Like right now, like it looks incredible. I love the suit. I love the, especially like the color palette. This suit. I don't care what anybody says. It is completely accurate to the film. It is completely. I've studied it back and forth. It is completely accurate. But I think that's amazing. Moving on to like some of the new now. Again, somebody addressed it in the chat. Yo, cable in hand is good, bro. It is. When you get it in hand,
that's what I've heard.
It is. Yeah. Once you get it in hand, bro, it is good. It is not a bad looking figure at all, bro. Because the thing is, if you look, as long as you keep the shirt on and everything like that,
everything.
But other than that, like it's definitely not a bad figure at all, bro. Like it's dope in hand. And another figure I'm going to actually say that it's surprising that a lot of people might not say it, but I even think that Falcon and the Winter Soldier Bucky is good in hand, bro. Like once you get it in hand, the head sculpt is on point. Like it looks really good. So again, it just proves that like not everything, blogger photos sometimes don't really do it justice. You got to get it in hand to really see for yourself, you know what I mean, and how it's going to look. So, and it's all things subjective, but I mean that's what I'll definitely say. But what really trumps them all out of the ones that I've mentioned so far is that Snowspeeder Luke. Like that thing is perfection in hand, bro. It is. It's perfection. I took so many photos with that son bitch. It's pathetic, bro. But it's definitely perfection in hand. I'll say that.
Yeah. And it's a cool looking outfit, man. It is a cool Luke Skywalker. So, and it's a unique looking Luke Skywalker. So that's what I kind of like about it. So Riley, I want to jump back to you on this one. What figure surprised you most in hand? Either good or bad.
Yeah, it's a good question. I'm probably gonna say I think I have like two, but the main one that really surprised me would probably be the Clone Wars Anakin, personally, because because when I got the Clone Wars Anakin, I was like, first, because I've had the Dark Side Anakin, so I knew what the original sculpt looked like for Hayden Christensen. But I was always because I was gonna get the Clone Wars Anakin because I'm a Clone Wars guy. I was always like I I'm just gonna get it. It's gonna look the same as the original. I don't think there's gonna be any difference between the sculpts, but I feel like once I got the Clone Wars in hand, once I finally had it, I think it looks more like Hayden Christensen personally. Like I thought it would be the same thing. I don't know if they updated it, but yeah, when I got it, and like usually when I have people over and stuff, they really say it's like a super strong head sculpt. So that was one that surprised me. Like I was like, okay, this is one that like I need for the shelf, but it's like it's gonna be the same or whatever.
It is. It's a nice and it's clean. Like it has so much presence in your collection, bro. It is. It's dope. I gotta.
And I wasn't always like the hugest fan of his armor, but when I had it in hand, I actually liked it even better. Like I was, oh, it looks
so what
like
do you mean when you had it in hand? You sold it?
No, I have it. That's right.
I was about to say, you said when I had it.
Like, come on now, bro.
When I have it.
I was about to say,
I got it.
I
got it.
You got to get banned, Riley.
Because you know, Riley been selling shit. He been on the
I know, right?
Oh my God, Leo's always calling me out.
It's true. Bro. It's true.
Another one that's kind of linked to it, which was kind of where I got my judgment more from the community, which might be divisive, is in a good way, was the Revenge of the Sith Obi-Wan, because I know a lot of people say that they don't like his sculpt as much, but when I got it in hand, like I think it's really good personally. I know that's one where people are like, maybe it's like his mustache or something like that. Like they didn't like it that much, but I don't know. To me, it looks like Ewan McGregor. I mean, I know the newer Kenobi, that one's definitely more controversial because that's a pretty bad sculpt. But to me, this Revenge of the Sith one, I got it this year and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get it because I love Revenge of the Sith. But I know people have had concerns over the sculpt. But when I had it in hand, I think it's like strong. It's not like it's not like a 9 or a 9.5, but I think it's just really good head sculpt. I think it looks like it. But that was one that I was like really more happy about because sculpted looks even better to me in hand.
Yeah. Dope.
Absolutely.
Hey, Will, after Mario goes, can I say one more?
Yeah, bro. Go ahead now if you want. What's up?
No, because I know Mario's been waiting.
All right. We don't want to keep Beard Guy waiting. Beard Guy, bro. What is your most surprising figure in hand, man?
Surprising figure. I got a few of them, dude. I want to go with a couple that I didn't like.
Oh, really?
One of them that I got this year, I think, was a bit disappointing, was Rescue. When I got that figure in, man, I was so underwhelmed. I didn't regret it because I got that figure at a hell of a deal over from Pop Culture, dude. But 407, this figure is nowhere near worth that, man. Really? I think when they had it, I don't think so. I don't think so at all for what it comes with. It was just such a mediocre release, in my opinion, man. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think that it was nicely done, but I think there was just so much lacking. I mean, I don't know what else they could have done to make it better, but I just think it's just way overpriced, for this thing.
So it just didn't have the presence you were hoping for. Is that what it was?
Yeah, not at all. That's probably it. Most of all, but
yeah,
man. This was a little bit of a letdown. Another one too, man, that I had in hand was the Armorer. I remember unboxing that thing. I was like, bro, that's
a good one
for me, man. That was such a letdown figure for me personally. I love the character, don't get me wrong, but it just, I don't know what it was. I mean, yeah, it has a single jointed elbows, man. I know a lot of us aren't really a fan of that stuff, but I think if it would have came with more accessories, I think it could have come with like what was it, like her table and shit,
Yeah.
I don't know why I can't think of the name of it. But if it would have came with a little bit more accessories, like the same way that this Obi-Wan Deluxe, came with the table that had the holograms on it. If it would have came with something like that, for her workshop, I think that would have helped a little bit. But the overall figure itself, another one that's just mediocre, underwhelming, lacked a lot of presence in my opinion as well. But yeah, kind of can't but wonder if it's not really Hot Toys' fault because that's just actual design of the suit and all. But
yeah.
But that's cool. It is what it is. But as far as like what I had that like surprising, oh my gosh, I've got so many, bro. One of my favorite ones I want to say is the Spider-Verse Miles, dude. I freaking
everyone says that,
figure.
man. Everyone says that.
Dude, I need to get that. As soon as I see it for 20% off.
I know. I'm just waiting.
Dude, it's worth what they're asking for, man.
Yeah.
When I got this thing in, man, I mean the fact that I can have multiple display options with this thing. You can easily get 3 of them. Easily, and maybe even 4, dude. I mean, but I really love this figure to death.
Yeah,
it moves so well.
Posing wise, it is one of the best posed figures.
Is it okay?
Ever,
absolutely.
Literally,
you push this thing to its limits, man.
So the suit is fine to rebound and stuff.
Bro, it's one of the best suits because it's not like the suits that you're used
to. It's a fabric
It's
suit.
like a fabric suit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn, I need this.
I gotta get this one, bro. I gotta get this one, man.
I know, Riley. I think I do too, because I fucking love Spider-Verse, bro.
Yeah. Dude, the new film that's coming, I can't wait.
Yeah, I know.
I think this is probably my figure of the year. You know what
Oh,
I
it's
mean?
definitely my
Wow.
favorite.
I
piece.
love
I've heard a
it.
lot of people.
Okay.
Yeah, I know Lael.
It's
I love it,
definitely,
man.
it's definitely going to be like pretty much now. I'm telling people, number one of the year. You'll know
Mhm.
this. You just got to guess the other ones, but number one of the year for me is this piece. And I told, like I was
Mhm.
telling Mario, it is the only piece where the background I wanted to use.
Yeah,
Like, literally.
it's dope.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
there's a picture of
nothing
that.
there's nothing in the
There we
overall
go.
package that you don't want to use in this
Yeah.
thing. I
Yeah.
mean, that's why it makes you want to get more, like
Mhm.
at least two of them, man.
Yep.
So you can just display,
Mhm.
like I said, multiple display options, man. The only thing is that we all swapping out the shoes. You know, we all want the the
Yeah.
more accurate, J1s, but still, man. I mean,
Yeah.
they don't look too bad, for the stock ones. But look, that photo right there in particular, man.
Yeah,
I've always loved that get up with him in the shorts with the J's, and the hoodie and the
Yeah.
jacket. That's just
Yeah.
that screams Spider-Verse, man. I freaking love it. I love this
Yeah.
figure to death.
well, that's the
dude,
look
so-
I'd probably want to go with Mario when he jumps off the building. That's what I
Yeah,
really love.
definitely.
I love with the hood up off
Definitely.
the building. It's fucking
Bro.
awesome, dude.
Bro,
That's
you'll
the
love
scene
it.
right there.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
you'll
What was
definitely
another
love it.
one?
That's but Mario. Everyone said that about this figure that has it. They're like, it's awesome.
It's
Yeah.
amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah.
There's a couple other ones that are older, that I really like when I first got in hand. These two are not that old, but I think the Fantastic Beast figure, Newt Scamander, and the Grindelwald.
Mhm.
Yo, so I've got those two figures because I picked them up just because I've never seen the movies.
Mhm.
Oh,
But
But
Fantastic Beast
aesthetically,
figures, yeah.
aesthetically, they look freaking dope. When I got them in hand
Oh,
and cracked them
stop,
open,
stop.
I was like, these are nice. Holy shit, these translate well in figure form. The new Scamander came with so many accessories, dude. It poses decently, but I think it displays very, very well on the shelf. And I loved them a lot, man.
Mhm.
So these are gorgeous looking figures. I mean, they're well tailored. The sculpts are on point. The paint apps work. There's just so many layers to these things that just make them look. I really like the design of these things a lot. The Johnny Depp also, man, the Grindelwald. That's another fantastic figure for everything that comes with as well.
Mhm.
The special editions and all. Another older one. I'll give you two more, man. The Alita
Yeah.
Battle Angel.
Yeah.
I freaking
Alita, yeah.
love that figure to death. Oh my god, that's another one that I felt like I should have
Yeah.
got two of them for also.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the different looks. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, just for
Mhm.
damn
I'm
it,
on Amazon
I got two
now.
more actually I want to give you, man. But yeah, the fact they gave you the rolling eyeballs on this thing, which is fantastic. It's not a
Yeah.
GX. They gave you two display options you can do with her with her robotic mode or just her
Yeah.
with all
She's
the clothes
phenomenal.
on and everything.
Yep.
And it'll do whatever you want. It'll pose to high hell and back,
Mhm.
man. It's a great freaking figure.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
One of the other ones I'm gonna give you a grail, dude, is a battle damage RoboCop.
Oh,
That one I
Good,
kept
find
over the
that.
standard one, the standard diecast release, because when I'm over here kind of scaling down a little bit, I'm looking at the collection. I'm saying, okay, what can I do without? And I really didn't want to do it, but having both of them on the shelf, I'm like, I can't get rid of the battle damage one. This thing is an absolute masterpiece, man. From the head sculpt to all of the now. This is what I want. This is what I like about when they do fully battle damage, not just like swap out parts here and there. It's nice when they do it, but when you get something that's fully battle damage, it's just that much more appealing, that much more appreciated, man. I mean, from front to back, top to bottom, it's a gorgeous looking figure.
Yeah. What the heck was
Yeah.
that?
I don't
Riley,
know.
was
That
Riley
wasn't me.
watching himself? No,
No, I wasn't.
It
Somebody's
sounded like
watching
you,
something.
dude.
And no, I think that was me. I could heard it, but it wasn't.
Yeah,
That
it
kinda
sounded like
sounded like you,
Riley.
man. Weird.
I
It was
don't
most
know.
likely watching Riley or something like that. But yeah, this one, man, I love this figure to death, and I will never get rid of this one too. One more. Let me give you one more.
Give me one more.
This one was a fairly recent drop.
Okay.
The Arena Suit Boba Fett.
Yeah.
Okay.
That one in hand. So considering that one is just so basic, it's a black Boba Fett,
Right.
but it's much more. It's much more than that. It really is, man. I mean, because Riley and I both did an
Yeah.
unboxing of ours, man, and
Yeah.
when we both got it in hand, it's something that just looks so
Yeah.
simplistic, and which I hear some can say is possibly boring. I highly
Shit.
disagree, because when you get this thing
Shit.
in hand and when you start posing this thing with the accessories that it comes with,
Shit.
It's great
this-
accessories.
even though it's black, but the different contrasts and the the different aspects in the suit, where some of it is matted under the jumpsuit, but the gloss some of the gloss that's in here, it just shines, dude.
Yeah.
It's an amazing piece.
Bro,
I mean, with the spear,
yeah.
with the axe, even with the with the
Yeah.
dual wielding pistols, all black, like I mentioned. It's got some great weathering on this thing. It'll do whatever you want it to do as well. It's a gorgeous
Yeah.
figure to have in hand itself. And this is one that I was actually really surprised on, that I really loved having more in hand than just looking at this. I mean, looking at this right now, the initial photos that dropped, I was like, this looks badass. But when having it in hand, I'm like, holy shit, this is even more badass than I thought it was going to be, man.
Yeah.
So,
I've kind of come around a little bit on this figure, Mario, because I originally, when I first came out, when it first dropped, I was like, I kind of like Boba Fett's colors. I think it kind of takes the personality to make him all black like that. But the more I look at it, I'm like, this is pretty fucking cool.
Bro,
I mean,
it's a dope figure, dude.
So dope. If you have it in hand, it's so dope, and especially with the pistols and everything that he actually comes with. Like literally, they spared no expense when they gave him everything that they actually need. It was needed. It was dope. Yeah, so I definitely agree.
Yeah, bro, I've got so many more that I freaking love, dude. I'll go on for days, bro. But I gotta throw it back.
Let me let Leo hop back in because Leo had one more. Leo, what's your last one you want to share?
So surprisingly, well, not even surprisingly enough, because it was one that I knew I was going to get, that I needed to have in my collection. I mean, everybody knows the GOAT of my collection is you know, you already know who that
Jenner,
is.
so
You know,
the one you're giving away. Yeah.
But never giving that away. But the
5,000
one
subs?
that really basically that surprised me once I got it in more so was actually the Attack of the Clones. The Attack of the Clones Yoda, bro. That joint in hand, bro. Like literally, when you see it in hand and you pose it and you give it that dynamic, especially because it is so amazing. Like it's definitely an amazing piece, and it does have presence in your collection. It's a smaller piece, but still, it's like straight from the movie.
Size matters not, dude.
Yeah. If you have him, because I actually have him posed with, you know, both Anakin, and I have him posed with Anakin, Obi-Wan, and
Ahsoka?
not Rex, but Cody. I have him posed with Cody as well. So yeah, and it looks good, bro. I had him with Dooku for a minute, but then I moved him out of the Dooku display and I added of course Django. But man, it's definitely a dope piece to have in your collection, and one that went quick. It definitely went, but yeah, it's a sold out piece. Like a lot of people still they're still searching for it, but yeah, it's decent. I love it,
bro. And Leo, you just gave me a great idea, because one of the ones I think we could talk about would actually be Dooku. Because Dooku, I originally thought that head sculpt looked really good, but then when I got it in hand, I was like, Jesus, man, this head sculpt is like one of the best head sculpts I've ever seen. Like that Dooku head sculpt is beautiful. Like it is.
Did you sell it?
No, dude, I wouldn't sell Dooku.
Oh, okay, cool.
That dude, because Dooku's like a really popular character for me. Like he's probably like tier 3, but that head sculpt is like a tier 1, dude. That head sculpt is like Yondu level.
Definitely,
it's so good.
Riley sold his though.
Riley better. Did he sell Dooku?
Yeah, he did.
Oh,
he did.
Man. You sold.
That's 2 times you throw me under the bus.
Well, another one I can mention on Marvel side, because Leo, I know you remember originally, like I was kind of so on Venom, right? Venom in hand is really, really good. Venom in hand is a really badass figure. Isn't that right?
Excited. Yeah, dude, excited for Carnage.
Makes me excited for Carnage, because Venom is a really he's a massive figure, and Carnage is even bigger. But Venom has a lot of presence, and the material feels kind of interesting. Like it's like a very like rubbery type material, so you got to be careful posing it. But Venom is a really badass looking figure, bro. Like it's a really, you know, maybe one day they'll make it, you know, without any seams at all, but you know, I don't know how you would really pose it at that point. But yeah, man, that's a really, really good one. I'm trying to think of the other ones. War Machine Mark IV, the Infinity War one.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's by far the best War Machine, in my humble opinion. I love that one. I'm not owning the other ones, but I've seen them in photos, and the Mark IV is just I love War Machine Mark IV. Like
I've owned them all, Will, and I can honestly say the Mark IV is definitely up there. But for me personally, the Mark I, guys, get it while you can.
A lot of people will say
Grail.
But the Mark I reissue. Oh yeah, it's under the tree right now. I can't open it till Christmas Day.
It's under the tree.
Yeah,
it's under the tree.
It's right there under the tree. I can't open it till Christmas Day, but yeah, definitely.
Oh damn. Okay.
I will say that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, absolutely great thoughts, guys. So many good options there. You know, it's just there's so many figures that surprise us. What's up?
Well, what about something that you didn't like, man? Is there anything that you've had in hand and you're like,
Moff Gideon?
I said that.
Okay,
yeah, Moff Gideon. But I'm trying to think of any others, like, because I've returned Moff Gideon. Because a lot of people really liked him, but I wasn't really feeling it. I'm trying to think of another one that's. Oh yeah. Riley knows this. Battle Damage Thanos. Battle Damage Thanos.
Really?
Yeah, dude. I'm like the
that
only one on planet
Wow.
Earth that didn't like that figure, really.
No, you're not. That's why I didn't get it.
Well, see, Leo, here was the problem, bro. And this is maybe just the practical side of me. I have to put my figures on stands because they'll fall off if not. Like when I walk through this house, like there's a little bit of shake because the floor is a little bit off in this room. So I have to put all the figures on stands. Thanos barely, if at all, fits on that stand. So like he doesn't even fit unless you put his leg up on the rock. But I don't want to put his leg up on the rock.
Yeah, it's like
I want to have him standing there.
Base,
So it's like, and also like it was a nice looking figure. But the problem, Mario, I was being a little bit unfair because I have the Iron Studios Thanos and it's just superior in every way. And I was like, it's battle damage. It has different swap outs. It's a $1,200 statue versus a $350 figure. So it's not really $450 or whatever it was. It's not exactly fair. But I was like inevitably comparing it to that, and I was like, I don't need both. So I didn't love that figure that much
I
personally.
think that Queen Studios one would be the way to go, man. I think that's
That one's pretty badass.
one.
Yeah,
That's
the
a
Iron
beautiful
Studios though,
piece.
man, in hand, I can tell you with the light up gauntlet and shit, like it's really
Yeah.
nice, man. It's really nice.
It's
All right.
hard for me to basically say, bro, because I was looking around trying to. Well,
He's still looking. He's still
I
looking.
can, okay.
What
so
about
I
that?
can
Well, that
understand-
Wanda Leo, the one that peeled on you, that one.
It was the jacket, and that was the most
Yeah.
disappointing part about it. But I mean, I still like the figure. I say the most disappointing figure that I have, and it's mainly because of the articulation. It was the Thor Ragnarok Thor, literally.
Okay.
It was
okay.
the most disappointing one for me because of the articulation. The legs don't
Right.
move as much. It's just it looks good. That's cool, but it just. I wish it would have done more. And over time, maybe like it's put it this way, it's my least sought after figure right now. Still in my collection, I still like it, but it's still, and that's only because I'm a completionist. But yeah, it just, and that was one of the reasons why I passed on, the Bro Thor or the Fat Thor that we actually got from, because I looked at the suit, I was like, it's the damn same near suit. It's the same suit, just that it's thicker. You know what I mean? I was like, yeah I'm not doing that.
Well, another one I could say, because I saw a comment dropping about Superman, Batman, older figures, stuff like that. The DX13 Terminator. That thing is a beautiful work of art. Like that thing is just, I think it's the best hot toy that I've ever owned personally. That DX13 Terminator, the battle damage with it, the head sculpt, the light up, just the accessories, dude, the base. That figure is just insane.
Bro, that
good.
fucking Nightmare Batman in hand is incredible.
Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah,
bro.
And I've heard they bettered the jacket this time.
They did.
Yeah.
They did. Even the black suit Superman is on point, bro. That 2-pack is underrated. Like it is. Like it is so dope.
It
in
could
hand,
become a
bro.
future Grail. It could.
Yeah, it is so dope in hand, bro. Like I literally
get it.
Well, we'll see what
Bro.
InArt does too, because InArt's going to make those probably. So they're at least going to make Superman. So,
Yeah,
so we'll see. But so maybe people will keep an eye out. But guys,
the most disappointing figure I would actually say is any sideshow figure I have.
I had to see 3PO. It wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad. I sold it, but I was waiting for the Hot Toys. So. Yeah. Not the attack on clone, not the attack of the clones C3PO. I'll wait for the next one. I'll wait for the next one. But guys, great thoughts on that one.